Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. And as you can see, I have two guests, and I have my very good friends, Jeannie from Australia and Tony from London. Hi, guys.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, guys.
Good to see you
Guys.
guys. Nice to be back again.
Yes,
indeed.
thank you guys for
Yeah.
being back. So Jeannie suggested a topic, and I think it's a good one, the challenges of letting go. So go for it, Jeannie. Thanks.
Okay. I was only thinking about this in one way, actually, when I thought of the topic. And then I thought of, when people say let go, there's the theme of let go and let God, surrender to the universe, all that kind of stuff. When you're having a challenge and you can't see a way through it, just say, okay, I'm leaving this up to you, universe. Give me a sign, whatever, because I just can't work it out. And I'll guarantee, like, whether it's a positive outcome or negative for you, the universe will come back with something, most times, maybe all times, right? So that's one way of looking at that phrase. The other one, of course, is because we're in a human experience, we're not just spirit, we have to let go of certain physical things. That's inevitable for everyone, and that's really hard for some people, especially things things like death, of course. Even when I was a kid, my hometown, little seaside town, got resumed for extension to an airport, and I didn't really feel the real force of that till later in life, and I still miss it, right? But going on a personal tangent around relationship type things, I've known this woman for about 4 years, and we've developed a sort of a deep friendship, and I wanted more, and we sort of tried that, but it didn't work for whatever reasons. And we've had times when we haven't spoken to each other, and she'll say to me, while you're talking to me and in my energy, you're not freeing yourself up to meet someone else, right? So it's been a struggle. But I value the friendship so much that I don't, like, I keep reconnecting because I miss the friendship, right? But it's hard because part of me thinks she could be right, but it's like, and I've been able to eventually let other people go, right? And we've had these times where it's like, why are we still in this, but I just can't seem to cut it totally. I've never had an experience like this, but that's an example of the struggles of letting go, I suppose, because we have, as human beings, certain needs, like I love our conversations, etc. So yeah, it's just hard. And whilst I believe, if the universe gives you enough signs, that's the direction you should go in. It's, when you just can't, I want to hang on to you. It's, yeah. It's what do you guys think?
Tony?
Oh, and it me? Yeah, yeah, it kind of straight away I'm seeing expectation and alignment. Like, I've got a friend, Carol. I've known her decades, hundreds of years. But we're friends. We used to be together, but we know we're just friends now. So there's no expectation of anything more. Maybe I'll speak to her once a week, once a fortnight, maybe. And she just gets me. She understands me better than myself sometimes. And she goes, "No, you don't. You don't really want to do that, or you think this, don't you? Or she'll read me better than I can read myself." And it's such a refreshing to have someone like that to bounce things back off of, like a sandboard. So, and she'll point out things to me that'll be for my benefit because she cares. We both care about each other, love each other, like soulmates. And it's more, she watches out for me as well. So I'll say something, but she picks up on it and goes, "Well, it ain't too good, is it, really? You want to be careful there." And if I was to lose her as a friend, one of us went right our different ways, I would miss that. But it's like you have to embrace what your path is, what's on your path. And how can I put it? Look at count your blessings. Be grateful for what you do have and accept what life gives you. That might not sound much to make for you to make sense of, but it's just being present and accepting the path you're on. And then you can appreciate these conversations, and then you can appreciate comments from people in the street or in the shops or in your job or your friend. And there's a joy in that in itself, just living your life in the moment. You appreciate all of life. You don't expect one person to give you everything, or not that you are, but you don't expect a package deal from one person and everyone else don't matter. It's like you're open to life and you have no attachments, So it's that being open to all of life. That's it, really. I see it as opposed to pinning it on one person or one set of people. I mean, that's my first impressions of what this topic is about. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes, it does, and I understand both your positions, and I think it's such a hard topic because it's very human to try to grab onto things. I'm not saying things, but relationships, people, situations, and don't let them go. And for me, it has been a struggle all my life because I'm very attached to some things. And I remember some relationships I tried before I got married that I tried too much, and I think I basically destroyed the relationship because I really wanted it to happen. But sometimes when you really push it, you're pushing it away in a way. It's hard to understand, but it's the way it works. I remember a very, very sage teacher of mine in high school. He saw that I was a little bit sad on a kind of, we went out there in a ranch and we had an end of high school gathering all day on a Saturday. And at the end, he saw me, I was a little bit sad. Like, he said, what's the problem? I said, I don't know, I'm going to miss a lot of people because I know I'm going to one place, some people are going to others. And say, yes, a few of them, you are not going to see them ever again, which, by the way, he was correct. And he said, but in order to really love something, in order to really cherish something, you have to be willing to let it go. Okay, you cannot keep these people attached to you. If they're going to be with you, they're going to be with you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen naturally. You cannot force it. Okay, so let it go. And at the moment, I didn't realize how valuable suggestion that was. That was incredible. But I think during all these years, I'm kind of understanding it now that everything in life, everything, you have to be willing to let it go. Because at the end, if it's going to stay with you, it's going to stay with you. But it's like trying to catch water. It's like raining and you're trying to keep the water in you. You are not going to be able to do that. Okay. So it's better to enjoy it as the water is going through you and enjoy the situations. But if they're not going to be there tomorrow, I think there's nothing you can force. Because certainly you cannot force others. For example, if someone doesn't love you anymore, if someone doesn't want to be with you anymore, if someone doesn't want to be your friend anymore, there's a limit of what you can do. Of course, in the last 2 minutes of the show, I try to reach out, try to patch things up. But at the end, if you, for example, go with a family member and say, hey, I'm sorry for my part, I'm willing to try again. But the other person says, no, we're done. We're done. I'm not going to force you to come back. And it's something, as humans, I think we have a real difficulty understanding that. I believe that's the notion of detachment and attachment. That's why I shared that at the beginning. And you mentioned something, Jeannie, death. So important that we prepare ourselves for death to have full detachment, to really leave everything behind, everything, to say, I'm not of this earth anymore. I'm going somewhere else, wherever we want to believe we're going, we're coming back, we're going someplace else. But I believe the notion of ghosts and manifestations and all that is because it's attached people to the previous reality they had, which doesn't exist anymore, and they cannot let go. Okay, they cannot let go, and even some people that talk to these spirits and that, they say, "Oh, they have to teach them or inform them, hey, you are gone. Wow, because they don't understand. They want to come back. It's like, it's my life. I want it back.
Mm.
And it's gone. Same as some relationships are gone, same as people that love you passed away. It's so difficult because it's one of the most basic human emotions. I think we misunderstand attachment with love. When love is maybe full detachment, loving without the need to being together. Okay, loving something without the need of having that physical relationship. I don't know what you guys think of that.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. If you have a bucket, you can catch that rain, Alex. But
I'm thinking with your hands.
Yep.
That's what I was intending.
I know, I'm being silly. I think the thing with me and this person is it's not like she feels the deep friendship as well, so it's hard. So at times she sort of, I think she says goodbye to try to protect me so I don't get hurt, right? But she cherishes the friendship. It's like we've formed such a close bond that the friendship is the most important thing. And she doesn't want to say goodbye. She, we just sometimes get into these, conversations or, situations, whatever. But and we do talk a lot. We talk just about every day, except when we're not talking. So she leaves a huge hole. And I have lots of friends. I have a social life. I don't just depend on her at all, right? But sometimes I wonder if I'm meant to let her go, but then it doesn't feel right either, and she always comes back and it's all good again. So it's a tricky situation. But when there's a death, that's it. You cannot obviously, get on WhatsApp and say, hey, come back or whatever. That's it. And that's when you have to face it. You have no choice. And that's obviously hard, but that is part of life that we do need to accept. I guess same with places like progress goes ahead, and how many people have lost their childhood home or whatever. So many memories. But once again, once that happens, that's it. You cannot go back. And everyone has to grieve things. But if you languish in that grief, obviously for too long, it doesn't do you any good. It intrigues me that spirits may get caught in this realm and feel sad. Like I don't usually, or a bit lost. I don't usually think of spirits feeling that way, but I used to have a friend who she used to cleanse houses to get to free spirits who may have been trapped in there. So it's an interesting concept. And I'm a pretty sentimental person. Some people can let go of things. Like my friend I was talking about, she's decluttering and she doesn't seem to find it hard to get rid of old photos, old cards. I struggle. It's like, oh, I want to keep this. But I'm a bit of a softie. So, but yeah, I guess, especially with technology, if they're online, it's so easy to just contact them again, as opposed to, I guess, in the old days, you could still ring them, I suppose, but it's just so easy, Yeah, some people, I don't know, I guess everyone's different. Some can let things go, get on with it, and others really have a hard time. But I love how you two look at it. And love, yeah, I like, love them, set them free. It's, and if you can't do that, I guess it is a form of attachment for sure. Especially if they're, like, put it this way, if she said, this is it, never talking again, do not contact me again, that would be it. I would respect that. But that's not what's happening. but in those cases, yeah, unless you want to be a stalker, yeah, certainly, let go. Yeah, but it's
Mm.
we're human, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I can chip in there. Because when I listen to people, I kind of listen to the whole person. It's like I watch what you're saying, I watch you and what you're saying, and I'm just absorbing like in that from that direction. And the sense I'm getting, what jumps out at me was there's a Shaolin monk. He's on YouTube called Shi Heng Yi. I told Alex about it last week,
Mm.
and he says affirmations. We talked about affirmations, I think, and he said, get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say to yourself, look yourself in the eyes and say, I am complete. And really mean it. I am complete. Maybe repeat it a few times and then get on with your day. But an affirmation is a positive reinforcement of a mental attitude or a mental idea. And it can also bring out in us what's already there. Like it can develop something in us that we've neglected because we're always looking outwards for consolation and stuff. But what I've seen, what most people in this world do, they don't feel complete. They don't feel enough. So they're always looking outwards because the television and the radio and the school and all the rest of it has told them, oh, you need a job to feel worthy. You need a partner to feel worthy. You need money to feel worthy. You need jewelry. You need clothes. You need etc. etc. So it's no surprise to me that people are so depressed and so attached to certain things because they feel, well, if I don't have this house or this pension or this a family or a gold watch or a car, I'm not ticking all the boxes. I'm not complete. So they're looking externally for their completion. And when you look in the mirror, you look at this and you say, I'm one individual person. Why am I living by their standards? Why don't I just accept? How do I feel about myself and about my life? Am I happy? Have I got a good conscience? Do I go around hurting people? No, I can sleep at night. My conscience is clear. Do I feel that I need anything more than I've got at the moment? You know, I'm not starving. I've got water. I've got a shelter. No, I'm complete. I'm okay. And that stops you grasping for the external tick checklist that society's giving you, unconsciously giving you, and being in the frame of mind, I'm complete, is it's like shifting attention back to yourself instead of looking outwards. And it might sound silly now, but this is planting seeds. If you realize that you are already complete, you are absolutely perfect as you are in this moment. You know, you don't want for anything. At the moment, do you want for anything? Are you in pain? Are you starving? Are you cold? There's nothing wrong with this moment. But our mind and our condition has told us, oh, there's something lacking. Oh, you've got to get this next. Keep going, keep running on a hamster wheel. Chase, chase, chase. And that's the trap. We've forgotten our attention is ours. It's not theirs, it's ours. And we're already complete. So it may not make sense at the moment because I'm quite deep or crazy, one or the other.
No,
So,
I get you. I get you. Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put it out there because that's
Mm.
what jumps at me. I'll
Mm,
just
mm,
put that out there, and that's really what it is. It's
mm.
being told, look out there because you're not complete. Well, no, I am complete. That is it. It's a deep one. Yeah.
Mm.
Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, yes, I agree with both of you. And this is very hard because this is the core of the human relationships. So it's very easy to say let go. It's very difficult to do. And I want to share a little story of mine with a friend. We had an argument 3 years ago, something like that. And so then after a while, I reached out and say, hey, I take my side of the problem. I mean, I certainly made a few mistakes. So how about we forget about it and we continue? And this person didn't want to say it, but he said, you know what? Let's just keep going and let ourselves go in a way. And we're not speaking anymore. I mean, we speak maybe once a year or something like that. So what I will share is, for me, it's so important to do that don't allow you to not do enough or not do everything possible to maintain a relationship with a family member, with a good friend. But when you have done enough, there was nothing more I could do. I mean, you cannot ask for forgiveness 100 times. I mean, it's very obvious. You share you're very honest with your mistakes, and there's not more you can do. I mean, so I also want to go back to something that Ginny said at the beginning about the universe. And I totally agree with that. I think the universe is very good at putting us in our place. But sometimes, for example, in this case, what happened at the end was not the expected result. I was expecting maybe that we were gonna take a relationship up again because we'll see each other a couple of times a month and go for lunches and that. And maybe the universe showed me you and this person belong in a different path, and that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Because at the end, not everything is gonna be like you want. I think that's a message of the universe. Not everything is gonna be like okay, I want it this way, it's gonna be this way. No, not necessarily. Especially when you depend on others. Okay. So I think that's a very hard message sometimes from the universe, because you are put in situations that you don't understand, but maybe it's trying to show you something. It's trying to show you a new path you need to traverse. And no, sometimes you want to stick with what you have, sometimes you want to try something new. And I think it's also that. So just being free that whatever happens, whatever situation you're, it's not gonna be forever. And at the end, you just really relinquish the control to the universe and say, I know this had to happen for a reason. So for me, how I found peace? Well, for starters, that I tried, that I gave it my all, and it doesn't depend on me anymore. So I let it go. If this friend comes back, he's totally welcome, by the way. I'm not gonna act, oh no, I don't want you anymore. No. He's totally welcome, and I'll be very happy to restart our friendship. But if he doesn't, I'm fine with it. I'm at total peace. So I think part of letting go is also that is putting in the effort. It's not saying I'm not gonna do anything. No, put in the effort, do everything. But at the end, you cannot force the hand of others, because then that's what's something that Ginny said, that then you become something else. When you really want to force others to be with you, when you really want to force others to like you, then that's a whole different thing. Than it's not necessarily a good thing.
I think over the last few years, I've lost certain people because of, I probably don't need to explain. And that's like, I have emotionally, what's the word? Detached, I guess. It hasn't been pleasant. Even a couple of family members, we clashed and all of that. But I handled that, and I'm probably not as soft as I used to be. And I deliberately made myself be that way, because I said to myself, you're going to lose people, Jeannie, you're going to come up against, all of this. But this particular person, very awake, didn't get, let's just say, very awake. So I can have all those conversations. Yeah, I can have all those conversations, and yes, and that's part of why our connection is quite strong. That's the whole thing. So it's funny, I've found it a lot easier to let go of other people. But this one, I mean, if no feelings were involved, it'd be just fine, and that's lessening on my part, bit by bit, because I have to. But the other connection is really hard to let go of, so I guess it might depend on who the person is, because I know I could not, like, I have friends who aren't really awake, but I've known them so long and we get on in other ways, so they're there, and some of them are work colleagues, so but it's very hard to make new friends these days, I find. I usually don't, because I'm so wonderful. No, but it is difficult these days. It truly is, I find. But I don't necessarily need friends. I've got friends, but being human, and I'm fine being alone. Don't get me wrong, I'm not needy, I'm not desperate or anything like that. But yeah, I want a partner and everything that goes with it, because I think some people don't want or need that, and that's fine, obviously. But I love everything that goes with it when it's working well. And I think that's that's nature, isn't it? You want a partner. That's, that's pretty. But once again, that's something you cannot contrive. Obviously, money cannot buy love, you know. And Tony, what you were saying, I'm not one of these people who needs expensive jewelry. I've never been like that. Or fancy cars. I think they're ugly anyway. I don't need all of that superficial stuff.
Mm.
I would like to quit work, but I don't need all that stuff, because I know, you get that, and if you're not happy inside, if you're not complete already, that only keeps you happy for a very limited time, because
Yeah.
your demons come back, and it's like, oh, I need something else. So
Yeah.
totally on board with what you were saying, Tony. It makes total sense. But people, they do keep chasing that stuff, and I mean, I can't speak for the filthy rich around the world. I can't say is are they happy. I suspect they don't love themselves. I think, how can people act like that and love themselves? It doesn't gel for me, you know what I mean? Happy
Mm.
people who really know what love is, don't act like that, in my opinion.
Mm.
So, and it's funny, I do look in the mirror each morning and I say, you're okay, you're fine, So
Mm.
it is a good thing to do. Because at the end of the day, you're with yourself 24/7. And if you don't like your own company, then you're in a bit of strife. You have to be comfortable with yourself and enjoy yourself, Yeah, very important.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty much some of it, isn't it? You need to be comfortable in your own skin, and whatever comes at you, be okay that, yeah, if I get help, I get help. If I don't, I don't. But something I'm connected to of a higher level, higher power, is what I'm from. So if you haven't got that connection with source or a belief in a higher power, you will feel isolated and needy for things. And I'm not saying this is anything to do with you, Jenny. I'm just generalising in
Yeah,
people in
yeah.
general. Now, if you don't have a faith in a higher power or connection to the source,
Mm.
you will feel wanting. You will feel not worthy or lacking, and vulnerable. So the world will offer you its checklist. Oh, get your car, get your house, get your mortgage, get your pension. This, as a sort of fake substitute for real security, which is accepting that we don't control anything. We're not in control.
Yeah.
And then when you realise that, a kind of a real faith comes in that says, okay, I've let go of trying to control the world. I realise through this, whatever example, sources of God's, that life itself has shown me, it's put me on my backside, penniless. It's it's battered me black and blue, and I'm at its mercy. I'm at rock bottom. So once you reach that point, it doesn't have to be that bad, but once you reach a point of realizing that you're not in control, and you go, yeah, I surrender, I'll give up. I have no chance. I'm not in power. And then you see what life gives you, and it's only through your experience can you make your mind up about, well, is it life in charge or am I in charge? And that's to be seen. But in my experience, I've given up because I thought I had the answers. Drinking, going out parties, this, that, the other, and it all crashed and burned. I'm now looking at life as if, well, that ain't going to give me happiness. None of this can give me happiness apart from what's inside me and the contentment that's already in me. That's it. And life, when you walk your path, you go along in life, things happen. You meet people, and they treat you better because of your energy, of not grasping, of not you're not one of them people out there that looks, oh, what are you wearing? Oh, I like your watch. Is that expensive? Can I be your friend? You know, all them people. So when they see your energy as someone who's not looking for anything, your life becomes better in itself. And to me, that's a sign of the universe saying, yeah, you're not grasping anymore. You've given up, you've surrendered. Now you're letting me drive. Well done. And I've accepted. That's it. So yeah, it's a mindset or an attitude that I have. I'm not in charge. I have no power, and I'm grateful for what the universe does give me. I have enough. I have more than enough. You know, I can still walk. I can still function as a human being. I can still make jokes and make people laugh and be there for people, and not necessarily solve their problems, but be there listening out, just someone to listen to. That's a gift, to be able to listen to someone who's in need, because not many people have a listener in their life, and that just listening is enough for someone to feel worthy and for them to get off their knees and stand up straight and walk, and gives them strength and confidence. So it's not the money and big flashy objects that make life worth living. It's relationships with people, and even homeless. You know, Joe had a thing about homeless people, helping them, and there was comments saying, what are you doing? They're only going to spend it on drugs and da. And I'm thinking, you could be there next day. You could be you next week. But everyone is of value. The more I live and the more I walk around and I see people, especially young people, I think I empathy for them. You know, this compassion and love for these people I don't even know, but I feel for them in this world that we're living in. I think if only just that, not pity them, but I want to give them some of my strength, my energy, because their head's down or they're in their phone and lost. And so it's not money I can give them, just people you meet on your way. Just try and pick them up a bit, you know, make them smile, make them feel worthy, or just being there for them. That's my currency. That's me. That's what I've become, learned to be. So yeah, you're not going to get no buy a
That's
Rolls Royce. Get a
That's
Rolls
beautiful.
now.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why people want those cars. Yeah. Anyway, that's me.
That's it, mate. That's
Yes, no, again, great listening to you guys, and I wanted to touch on a couple of points you guys made. But yeah, definitely, Tony and I, Jeannie, have done so many shows that money, have looked at it at so many angles. Money is not the key to happiness. It's really trying to feed something. It's really like being hungry and trying to be at peace with your hunger by buying. It's never gonna end. You're always gonna be more hungry. I understand people that have a lot of money. I respect that. I think also depends how you got your money. It's very important. The actions, the trying to find the word, the justifications you make on yourself by saying, hey, yeah, I'm rich and I didn't kill anyone. They started like that. It's not good because that means they did something else. They defrauded many others, or they treat their employees bad, or they have relationships with politicians or inside information, or they did something. But they usually justify by saying, hey, it's for my family because I want to give the best to my family. Justifications. So it's very important how you make your money. I think people that have high level amounts, I'm talking billionaires, millionaires, it's very difficult. They didn't have to do something that they know is wrong, and they justify themselves by saying, hey, I do it, but it's not for me, it's not for my comfort, it's for my children, it's for my wife, or whatever, for their future or something like that. Well, no, money doesn't buy happiness. Money is so great if you have the maturity to actually understand that it doesn't buy happiness, because then it really can, for example, provide peace of mind. You can help others. Very important, because with money you have the power in this reality to do physical actions for others. Like Tony was saying, helping out the homeless, but hundreds of them, thousands of them, if you have a lot of money. That's very difficult to do if you have not a lot of money. So yes, definitely with that. And with relationships, Ginny, is totally understandable. I mean, we all have been there. We're social beings. We want to be with partners. That's a given. But I think your best friend is you. I mean, you have to make the peace that your best friend, really the one you need to be at peace with, is you. and the one you really need. If you think about it, who do you spend 24 hours a day for? I don't know, 70 years, 80 years with you.
Mm.
So you really need to. I'm not saying you are not doing it. I'm just talking generalities here. That my suggestion is be at peace with you. Really become your best friend. Have a high opinion of you, because that's something that is on you. That you really, if you don't have a high opinion of you, that is something's going wrong there. I mean, you can't have that. You can be your best fan, your best, supporter. And I also had a chat with a very good friend in the Spanish channel, and people. I mean, just a person that sees stuff differently, and she liked when I mentioned it's so important self-forgiveness and self-understanding, and really not being so hard on you all the time. Like, oh, you made a mistake here, you made a mistake there. You are your best friend. You are your best supporter. Okay. So for me, that's so important. That has been a part of my life. I've been trying to some people can get it the wrong way and say that's narcissism. No, that's so away from narcissism.
No.
Narcissism is actually the opposite. It's trying to get the validation of the others, and really going to the point of inventing stories, of making a fantasy in your head that you're this smart, this successful person, and everyone loves me. Who cares if everyone loves you or not? As long as you love yourself. So that's the whole difference. Loving yourself is not narcissism, it's the actual opposite. Okay, narcissism is needing yes, the acceptance and the validation and the cherish, or I don't know, the adoration of others. Okay, they have to say, "Oh, you're so smart, you're so great." Who cares? Who cares? Okay, so yes, I totally understand with relationships. Something I haven't talked about, because this in a couple of months I'm going to be married for 23 years. It's really prehistoric. It's such a long time for me that I thought about that, but I still remember times I was very sad, depressed, in depression, and that, particularly with a couple of relationships that I didn't understand why they didn't work out. Well, they didn't work out. Okay, and at the end, it's two people, and you can do everything. You really can put everything in a relationship, but the outcome is not decided by you. It's decided by the two people, and sometimes they wanna take a different path, and that's just what happens. So, I mean, I saw it with my sister that for a long time she didn't understand. She had to really process it, and she went to therapists and that, because she couldn't understand that was her thing. She gave it all in all her relationships, and at the end she was 40 something and single. So why did that happen? Because that happens. There's not an explanation. It's not on you. It's not that you're not worthy or anything like that. It's just relationships are like that. Okay, why am I married for almost 23 years? Because it happened. I was maybe even lucky. If I didn't meet my wife, who knows? Maybe I will still be single. There are such difficult dynamics, and I think the best way is always keep trying. I'm not saying relationship after relationship, but trying, give it another chance, because maybe the 7th chance, the 8th chance, the 11th chance is the right. I mean, when I met my wife, I was not extremely young. I was 27, I think 26, 27. And I have been through 10 relationships, really rocky, some of them. So who knows, maybe by that time I say no more for me, or there was a time for a year I almost didn't go out, didn't want to meet people. So I think with relationships, you just shoot for the next one. You forget about the last one, and you say, maybe this is the good one. And there's not a formula. If I had a formula for relationships, I would be a millionaire, because that's something everyone is trying to with websites, and so much stuff goes into it. My only suggestion will be open to the next one, because maybe the next one is going to be the right. Maybe. I don't know what you guys think of that.
I'd buy shares in that company.
Yeah, that would be a success. Yeah.
I think, like, when you think about relationships, how many last forever, really. I think a lot of relationships, people come together to learn lessons. I really do think that. And
Yeah.
people who are together, you know, many, many years, they've just met the right one, obviously. But I think it's all about learning lessons. And this is one point of where letting go and surrendering up to the universe is really important, because like I was on dating apps and they're crap. And now I'm just living my life. I'm not trying to force it or whatever, you know. I don't even really go out to try to meet people in that sense. And obviously you can't meet someone staying home, but I'm just, you know, if I get invited somewhere, you know, the spiel, I'll go, whatever, but I'm not trying to, I don't know, force it is the best word, I guess, or look for it. People have often said to me, "Oh, you're looking too hard." Okay. I won't look.
No, but
you know,
Ginny, sorry
just
to interrupt you. That's a
No,
good
you're-
thing. I mean, I know.
yeah, no, I agree.
get what you're
I
saying.
agree, and because it's so hard these days for various reasons, it's like sometimes I just say, "Oh, I give up." You know, just enjoy your life. You have a good life, so you know.
Mhm.
So
The
Remind us
moment
also-
you least expect it is gonna come, Ginny. You'll see. Sorry, Tom. Go ahead. I just wanted to say
Yeah.
that.
Oh, sure.
yeah,
No, I was just going to chip in that the mind is, what we don't realise about the mind, if you're not aware of it, 24 hours a day, something will happen and it's like, get out of the way, move. And it pushes you out of the way and it starts telling you a story.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they don't like you because X, Y, and Z. Yeah, don't go there. And it puts you off of things. It's like just constantly making stories. And if people could be aware of, just watch the mind. When anything happens in life, wait for the mind to jump in and go, oh, look, his eyes are too close together. He's a criminal. Keep away from him. Or,
Yeah.
oh, it'll make up some story. It loves making stories. If you could meet the perfect person and it's going well, but at the end, it'd be like, nah, they're no good for you because X, Y, and Z. And then it just drops a whole load of rubbish on top of whatever you want to try and do. It sabotages your life, in my experience. So
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. So I wait for the story. Yeah, get away. Not interested. Not interested. And just that little bit of information. Watch your mind making stories. Instead of you living your life, watching your life go on, and something happens, full stop. The next thing happens, full stop. Don't let the mind come in, something happen, ... story. No, ignore the stories. Because most times the stories come in through, something's happened in the past that's negative, and it throws it in unnecessarily. So just be aware of stories that your mind's trying to tell you. And that would, in my experience, be a good, positive, just chucking that in there.
Yeah, I guess your insecurities come from your mind, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a good cook, so. And I know so many women on their dating sites and that. Oh, I love to cook. I'm a great cook. It's like, well, cooking is not one of my things, and I've been judged for it. It's like, well, so what?
Yeah.
People judge on for me things that I would never judge someone on. Oh, you don't like to cook? Okay, that's fine. You obviously eat, so you probably do cook it. But if you're not a great cook or whatever, I don't judge people on stuff like that. But I've had that, and that it does leave a mark. It does, because when you meet someone new, it's like, oh, we're going to cook together. Oh, shivers.
And
or whatever it
sorry,
is, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
I look for kindness and all the rest of it,
Yeah.
But
also you're fighting their story as well. You might have story telling you stuff that's no good, but they've got stories in their head telling them things about either you or them. Oh, it'll never work. It never works out. Oh, this is a waste of time. So the two people have to battle their own minds to push them out of the way in order to just talk to each other. Without both noises in the background. So it is crazy.
Yeah, it is. We get ourselves mixed up in so many petty things. in my mind, it might be big, might be huge to someone, but to me, it's like, that's not that important to me. Are you kind? Do you have a sense of humor? You know,
Yeah.
all the good stuff. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
I kind of understand you, Ginny, because a couple of years before I met my wife, maybe a year before I met my wife, my friends were all getting married. They got married quite young, a few years before me. I was 28 when I got married. And so they introduced me to this girl, this woman, that she was seeking someone to get married. She was in the same situation. She wanted a boyfriend to, in a year or two, maybe look into getting married, forming a family, and that. So on the first date, we went out to a restaurant, and I felt so uncomfortable because it felt like like they were like a job interview or something like that. So are you planning to move on quickly? Are you?
yeah, no.
So at the end, I said, I'm just gonna have a good time, and I took her back to her house, and I remember telling my friend that introduced us, calling him the next day, saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I just want to tell you that it's not gonna work out. I mean, this is not what I'm looking for. Why? She's so nice. No, she's okay, but she's extremely, I felt judged in so many ways that, it started on the wrong foot. And just talking about my marriage, I mean, it has been okay, of course, but if someone tells you they had an easy marriage, they're lying. Okay, it's so many that goes in, so many things. We have two boys. They become the glue of the relationship in a way. I don't know, without children it should be harder, because they become the central part of the family, of the marriage. So I'm not saying my wife is not okay or I'm not okay, just saying relationships are like that. So it's something you work at. And so if someone tells you, I've been married for 50 years and it has been nothing, no, I don't buy that. It's long-term relationships are very hard as well.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's putting in the work, both of us. Because if I was the only one putting in the work, we'll be divorced by now. If my wife was the only one putting in the work, we'll be divorced by now. It's really just a constant, I don't want to call it grinding because it's not suffering, but a constant, work in the relationship. Okay. So it seems, Ginny, that maybe some of the people that you have met, unfortunately, the ones that are asking about the cooking and that, they are maybe looking, they want, like this girl, because she was looking for a specific person. How are you doing with money? Is money ready to get married? Do you have a good job? And I was like, okay, so what is this? I mean, is it really going to be like that? So especially on dating apps and that, I think with all the parameters, I think they're involved in those things, which I'm sure it says, do you like these? Do you like dogs? It's a little bit, I'm not sure relationships work by trying for the other person to be what you want instead of you being what others want. It's like you need to put something. And so for these people that are asking you, do you cook and that's the wrong question. I mean, as you say, why do you care if I cook or not? Just get to know me, and maybe we like each other and we go from there. But if you want this specific 1, 2, 3, do you cook? Do you have a good job? Do you like to travel? Do you like dogs? Do you like cats? Or do you don't like cats? Because I don't like cats. You see where I'm going with that? This checking list. And that experience was for me in one night was, oh my God, I was like, and I remember when I left her, oh, let's go out next week. Yeah, I'll call you. No, thank you. Because it felt, and I remember my friend telling me all of her friends, women, are getting married. So she's really pressured. Yeah, but I'm not sure she's going to find a guy that way. She really made me feel uncomfortable. So I just wanted to share that I understand you perfectly when you are judged in that way, in saying, are you this? Are you that? Because I need this. If you are not that, tell me so we can move on. That's not good. Get to know me and then we'll decide. Get to know the real me, okay?
Yeah.
Because that's important values, Not if I cook, if I have money, if I have a good job, if I have a good car, if I have money saved for the wedding. She asked me something like, "Do you have money put apart in case we decide to get married soon or something?" I was
On
like,
the first
"What?"
date. Oh my God.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
Run
it was
run to
peer
the hills.
pressure, like Tony calls
No,
it.
no.
No, it was something else. I remember I drank a lot, but I was just keeping going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
no,
guys.
no.
Tony?
That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's like she had a checklist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
tick the boxes, and that's what they do. That's what a lot of people do because they want happiness. We all want happiness. We all want to feel wanted and a partner that loves us, even companionship. If you get older, you want someone there as company. But when you're starting out, you're looking at what the society's telling you will make you happy because everyone's doing it. That's the illusion. Everyone's doing this same thing.
Exactly.
But none of
Everyone
them,
is doing it.
most of them are happy, you know. And we think, well, it must be right because everyone else is doing it. I'll jump on that bandwagon, and I'll get my checklist. What the system's given me. Right, I've got the job, I've got the mortgage, I've got the pension, I've got. I need a woman there, a partner. Right, but you're missing the main thing. The actual person in front of you, as a it's like you're looking at them like a cardboard cutout, or a statue, a dummy in a shop window. Oh, I've got the wife, I've got the husband, I've got the pension, I've got this, yeah. And now your life's full, but it's lifeless because you don't relate to anyone or anything. You haven't got a connection to anyone. They're just in your mind, they're just off a checklist. So yeah, just don't.
Then there's
trust
the
them.
money, mate. That's the system will teach you. Then pursue the money. Become a
it.
manager, have a huge business, pursue the money, and the money is also not going to give you happiness. At the end, happiness comes within. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that really gives you happiness, peace. Some say peace is happiness and is love. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's what when you do the checklist, the wife, the husband, the house, the mortgage, and then it's not enough. You need more. You need a new car, the new Audi, the new whatever.
Yeah. That's it. And they're all false. That checklist is all false that you're trying to live up to. You're trying to achieve a list of ideas, of thoughts that you feel right. And it's the mind. Honestly, people look at me and think, I don't know what they think, but I don't chase what they chase. I don't have their values. So when I talk to someone, they're surprised I'm actually listening. They're surprised I'm not looking at their clothes or their nice watch that they're trying to show me. Oh, look at my watch. I don't care about the watch. How you doing?
Yeah.
Good. And they
Yeah.
seem like an alien, I suppose, off another planet because they don't have their values. And it's like it's just faults. I don't want to know about the faults. I don't care. You need help? I'll help you if I can. Other than that, tell a joke, help them up, cheer them up.
Yeah. Relate to people, not
Relate.
things.
That's it.
Not
Yes.
things. Yeah. I mean, I joke that when people say money can't buy happiness, I always say I'd like to give it a go. I'd like to try it. But and we've been corralled into this life where we need money to survive, right? But I don't need 10 houses and all the rest of it, and I don't believe any billionaire in the world has got there by genuine means. I just don't.
Millionaire, maybe. Billionaire, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's not. It's like $1 million these days isn't that much, really, in the scheme of things. But yeah, but I have nothing against money. I'd like more of it. But that's not. I'm not going to get there by trickery. If that's how I am going to get money, then no, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, like if I won Lotto, I wouldn't say no, I don't need that. Yeah, I'll have that. Thanks.
Yeah,
but it's not. I think money is not the root of all evil. I think the love of money and what people do with it is where the evil comes in.
Totally.
I really believe that. But yeah, and fancy watching, like I said, things like that. That doesn't do. We all like our own things. I like nice furniture or whatever, but that's not the most important thing by any means.
Maybe a car, Ginny and Tony, maybe a car, maybe a furniture, a nice sofa that is comfortable, a bed. So important
Yeah,
that a
yeah,
bed
yeah,
is comfortable,
yeah.
and a watch that gives me the
Yeah.
time.
Or
Yeah.
or
How is that?
handbags.
Handbag,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe they're
Like,
big, and I don't know.
yeah, some women love handbags that cost hundreds of dollars. No,
And this size.
no, why? Why? I'm not one of those women at all, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I never had a watch. I mean, I probably had a watch when I was young or something, but never an expensive one. And for me, is
Yeah, not much.
why? Yeah, I mean, when
yeah,
I
I've known
see
one for
that,
years.
and even I remember someone telling me maybe a year ago, because we're discussing about Rolex, and I was saying that thing that why will he said Rolex? That's a $10,000 watch. And he
Yeah.
said a few brands that were $500,000, and I was like, okay, that's even worse. Okay,
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
but
That to me, if you see that as your worth, you're lacking inside,
exactly. If you have to put
Yeah.
your
without a
worth
doubt.
in a watch,
Yeah, there's something wrong.
you have a problem.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
I
the,
agree.
that is the
What I'm trying to
crucial
say, for
point.
example, with cars, is that I don't put the word in the car, but if I enjoy driving it, maybe I can understand that. If I can afford it, if it's if and if I really got my money in a way that I didn't screw anyone, because I think that's the most important thing. That you got your money in a way that you were transparent to everyone and you didn't screw anyone. That's how I believe that millionaires, as you say, maybe, but billionaires, even if they're owners of a company, politicians, and that, it's so difficult that they didn't get the money in strange ways. Sorry, Tony, I cut you off. Go ahead, mate.
No,
Oh.
no, just what I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, it's just objects are fine. You can have nice things, but also don't attach to them because they will go eventually. They will. Like me, I was born a little baby, grew up, went to school. I'm not the same baby as I was when I was born. So, my looks are gone. I'm not that beautiful baby anymore. I'm bald, but I'm not same looking. So, and your body changes. You don't have what you did when you was younger. You're not as strong. You're not as healthy. Money comes, money goes. Objects come, they go. Everything's transient, and trying to hold on to anything it's like trying to defy life. Life says, no, that's not how it works, mate. You're not going to stay young forever. You better get used to it. So I didn't worry about my looks. I didn't worry about having this, Superman. Not that I did have a Superman body or anything. It was like, I'm happy. I'm healthy. And I think my mum and my granddad, the two people in my life that really kept me sane in this world by telling me little bits and pieces. Because my mum had a hard life during the war, Second World War. She was an evacuee. And she was brought up really tough upbringing. And my granddad was in Jamaica. And them two main people in my life who told me things like, "Look, don't follow that one. It's not worth." Little tiny little nuggets of information that made all the difference in how I saw the world. And it's just realizing that none of this stuff is of any value unless you're not happy inside. And everything comes and everything goes. And that's it. You just have to appreciate what you have when you have it. And only by doing that, not thinking, not letting your mind come in and, oh, but yeah, if you get this job, or if you get this partner, you've got to check this tick 2 ticks. You've only got 4 to go, 5 to go. If you're doing that, you're letting the mind do that, you're not appreciating the person in front of you. Or you're not appreciating your new sofa or your new car. You're not fully here. So half of your attention is out there and half of it is here. And the person you're speaking to knows that because it's obvious. So in a relationship or a friend or a person on the street, you're giving them a 10p, 50p. They know you don't care. So you're not attending to them. You're not, yeah, mate, how you doing? It's cold, isn't it, tonight? Yeah, get yourself something to eat. That's different. Like me and Alex said this in a show. It's different than it is to take that, throwing it at them and walking away. You're not giving them attention. It's attention that is care. So yeah, it's looking at life and understanding it, it's always changing. And the best we can do is appreciate the moment we're in and value it and the people that we're with. And then that person sees that you value them because you're not half there and half away. And they're more likely to stay with you because you're fully there, you know? Because when you look at, you're looking at a person's clothes and they can see you do it, but you're thinking, are they worth my time? Are they rich enough? And then they're looking at you doing that, and then they're like, yeah, I don't want to know you, go away. And you've lost them already. But if you're treating the person, your attention is all fully there, you're not thinking, that's worth gold, you know? They see that you're worthwhile.
Remember, mate, what I shared on our last show we recorded a few days ago, and you're probably when it comes out you're gonna see it, Jeannie. But I shared with Tony that I met a person that he treated waiters and people like that badly, in a very bad way. And so remember, we were in Qatar, in the Middle East, and a lot of the waiters were from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. And so this person, which was from Germany, after a few days, I asked, really, you have a problem with these people? I mean, maybe, I don't know, something from these countries you don't like or something. And he says, no, I hate them because they're poor.
Oh, God.
And he was like that. I hate them because they're poor, because they're not
That's
successful,
terrible.
because they don't have any money. And he was the manager of a project and that. And I was like, oh my God. I remember I said, you left me speechless. I'm not gonna, really. And unfortunately, Jenny, a lot of people in the world have that thinking, okay? Is who you are, okay? And it even happens that if you don't show off, and that's where the watches and the jewelry and the clothing and the car and comes, if you show up in a jean and shirt in a nice hotel, they even ask you, do you have a reservation? I mean, who are you? I mean, do you have money or not? Because you're in the wrong place, okay? And even people look around you like, I remember one time as I was traveling for work, I got, miles and that kind of thing and status on British Airways. And one time they gave me an upgrade to the first class, whatever, on a European flight to Spain. So I was in a jeans, tennis shoes, and I remember that even the flight attendant was, give me your boarding pass because you're in the wrong section. No, I'm here. They gave me an upgrade. People will look at you and he doesn't have the watch, he doesn't have the clothing, he's not looking the part.
He doesn't look rich, so
he doesn't look rich. He's not he's in the wrong place. Okay. Guys, we have been going on for a little bit over an hour. So Jeannie, do you have anything in closing? And then maybe Tony?
I would just encourage people to actually surrender to the universe. It usually works for me. If you're going through something and you feel stuck, just even if you say it out loud, I'll leave it up to you, universe, source, whatever you call it. Help me out. I'm in your hands. Go for it. And usually you will get an answer, one way or the other. So yeah.
Good words. Yeah, I would say just feel your feet on the ground. Feel the soles of your feet on the ground. Take one deep breath and say, I'm enough. I'm complete. And then life is just circumstances that fly around us. And don't let this thing carry on. Don't let this thing go on. Notice when it's talking and shut it up, because it's always negative. But yeah, just feel that you're enough. You're worthy. You're complete. And
I'm getting emotional.
You learn who you are. You actually are. You just don't tell yourself enough. Yeah. Great topic, Jeannie. Cheers.
Yeah, good chat, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I agree. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Tony. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Alex. See you, Tony.
All the best.
Take care.
Cheers, Jeannie.
Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, gestures, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.